Theurodhin of Ghleulgas. There are memories carved in the halls of Ghleulgas. Their hold is considered one of the oldest and best constructions of their people. Its founding memory involves the death of not one but two of the strongest dragons to have fallen after the shattering. A score of armies, life-minders, body twisters, humans, and even a host of Dweg have been destroyed throughout history before the hold's walls. More drakes than in any other hold have been broken and tamed utterly and completely to serve at the whim of their masters. And as if all this was not enough, a living enemy of the earth lies imprisoned there still, chained and bound in all ways possible, one eye hooked open for eternity to witness its progeny stumble pathetically like beasts of burden, dim and dull before the might and glory of its former slaves. Still, despite all these memories, the Dweg of Ghleulgas are even prouder of their Ray. He is called many things. Old Mountain, for he has been a Ray for over a millennium, unmoving from his throne and unchallenged but by those who are now dead. Ogmem, the one of as he is sculpted by pure worth or as if his defined the very concept. Mahufest, he is also called the Malfisted, undefeated in brawl. The memories say that since he was just a Thane, but for other reasons too. But if anyone ever asks the Dweg of Ghleulgas who their Ray is, there is only one answer, one name, Theurodhin. He is the blood of Third Dweg, the wielder of Dragon's Death. And while blood is said to matter not, all remember this for their Ray, for only against his ancestor who fell 2 dragons could Theurodhin's be compared to. What millennia of captivity never achieved, he did. What endless abuse and even torture failed to do, he managed. What a history of ridicule, derision, and insults never produced, he delivered to his people. For despite its condition, the enemy never surrendered, never gave up, never yielded. Its body may have been captured, but its spirit, petty and hateful as it is, never broken. Until that is, the Ray spoke to it, until he punched it, until Theurodhin made the dragon shed a tear. Even without the one greatest of memories, Theurodhin would be a Ray worthy of his crown. It is remembered that as a youth, centuries before the fall, he left the hold. He returned with no no name, no rights, and only a maul of simple stone. Since then, he has even gained and lost only once. Many tried to best him in brawls, in combat, and wit, but failed. Many tried to take the crown from him, as it is the Dweg way, but none has come close to achieving it. Now the old mountain sits on his throne, solemn, silent, unmoving, gray hair and beard crowning a face scarred by countless battles, and dark eyes falling on his council as they take their place before him. The elders of the ardent and the tempered throw challenges at each other, supported by those in the clown who favor one or the other. It is a scene he has witnessed countless times before, a scene he will no doubt witness again. He knows where it will lead. If not during the council, then the council after, or the council after that. Still he moves not even when 2 Thanes brawl before him, ready to prove their and win his approval in their choice of spouse. He remembers a similar battle of his youth. He remembers them all. He sees who will win and he approves. He is more worthy. So he nods when the combat is over and acknowledges the victor, and that is the most he moves even as the challenges around him resume. Thanes, dragon slayers, sorcerers, and Kirwas now scream at each other. He listens absent-mindedly. To them, eyes turn to the dragon. Its eye hooked open, forced to see the strength of any and all in the Ray's council. Their readiness, their will, their but the dragon looks not at them, but back at him. A stare of will between 2 old foes. Insults are now spat between the members of the council, openly defiant, as the king remains unmoving and his inaction is considered an approval. Hands reach for weapons, as a threat at first, as a statement immediately after. His lie next to him untouched and unsought, for the simplest of stone mauls and the best of axes, the drake bread of his ancestor. It will be in his council after all. Battle will be joined, the halls will be painted crimson, only the worthy will prevail, strengthened in mind and body, and the hold will be better for it, as is the Dweg way, as has been done since the first war. And the dragon will lie there, its eye open, forced to see its enemies stronger. One of the youngest in the council scream, Mogdor, the 2 words that drive all Dweg. Others follow. Enough, he says. It is a hoarse whisper, almost, but it is heard. Silence falls. All movement stops. I know where a dragon hides, he adds. Prepare the clan, the hold, we march. He gets up as shocked silence gives way to yelling and cheering.